Welcome to the Human Conversation podcast with Jules White, the real dragon slayer, author and entrepreneur sales coach. Tune in weekly for human conversation about business and sales. Enjoy business expert interviews, educational episodes, and virtual cuppers with entrepreneur business owners. So grab yourself a cuppa and enjoy. Here is your host, Jules White.
So welcome everybody to the Human Conversation. Oh my goodness, I'm not sure it's going to be a conversation, more like human laughter today, because today I've got Pete Cann with me, who is the laughter man. Pete, welcome to the Human Conversation.
Thank you very much for having me, Jules. It's been it's nice to have a human conversation. It's not quite the same on Zoom, is it, than face to face, but
no.
It's pretty much, it's all good. We're both humans, so it's all good.
Well, yeah, I think we are. Yes, Pete. But listen, we want to know all about you. We've got a half an hour with you to have a chat and dig deep and find out where this all started, but equally what it is you do. I want to know everything about that. So first of all, let me just ask you, like I ask everybody, when you left school, what was it that you wanted to do?
Oh, when I actually left school, I went into chefing. That's what I went into. I went into college and did catering. Now, did I want to be a chef? Probably not deep down. Probably not. I've always wanted to be like in drama. I really enjoyed drama, but I never did drama at GCSE level. That was just something that happened, that I got guided to do physics and chemistry, which I was really bad at, and so I always like to say that stuff. Well, I don't hardly mention it actually on interviews, but I think, now looking at what I'm doing, I can see where the theatrical drama-ness comes, the entertainer side of things. So so that's what I did when I left school. I went to college and did chefing, but I think I've always wanted to be some sort of entertainer. I think that's always been deep buried in my belly, and that's within a really good question.
Yeah, it is a good question, because I think, I find with my guests, some actually knew all the time what they wanted to do and ended up doing something that, if it wasn't exactly that, it was related to it. And yet others started in this field which was so far removed from what they do today. It was really quite amazing. So it's interesting to hear that you went into chefing, but actually you never really wanted to do that. It wasn't that real core passion of yours. How long were you in chefing?
Okay, so I studied, it was hotel management at college, so I did that, and then from there I started working in pubs and restaurants. So whether it was chefing or whether it was bar supervisor, managed a lot of restaurants as well, and it was quite a few years. Hospitality through and through. So basically, hospitality is in my blood. So I think that definitely drove me to, I enjoy talking to people, I enjoy meeting new people. And actually, a little story was like, I used to be back in the kitchen a little bit, and then in the end I was like, actually I want to be the waiter. I want to be like, hi, can I get you a couple more drinks, and just chatting away, and like knowing that I was working the tip. That was what I was working. All of that, can I get you there, let me do some more water, all that stuff. But it was always engaging with people and chatting away, and but then we started recruitment. I got into a recruitment game. So worked for a couple of agencies, supplying chefs and hospitality staff. And then Chloe and myself, my wife, went traveling for 14 months back in September 2007. And when we came back after 14 months traveling, and we came back married as well. So it was all lovely.
Exciting.
Didn't work, came back with 2 big fat credit cards as well. But definitely a lot of open life experiences and stuff. And came back in 2009 in the funk of everything, where everything was just recession and couldn't find a job. So I started a chef agency, started a catering agency, should I say. With Chloe. Chloe came on board probably 7 months. She was working anyway with me at the beginning, but she obviously had the full-time job to support us. And then, that's like, 2009. So we've had a chef agency since then. Now, obviously, fast forward a little bit. Well, obviously, when COVID hit, like hospitality just got smashed.
Yeah, absolutely.
we've learned some serious lessons, definitely over the years having the business. But actually, but then I could talk about the laughter bit. So if you want me to,
we're going to get onto that. Definitely, we're going to do a big bit of laughing towards the end of this interview, because I think that will just be the way to culminate things, to be honest. What I'm interested in is, I was also in hospitality. I worked at a venue, so we were a training venue. We had 400 bedrooms, 76 meeting rooms, some big conference facilities. And I started my job in that venue in 2009. Wow. So that's quite interesting, really, because at the point I started that job, I had just lost my Dragon's Den business. So, I had a lot of terrible times, and then I managed to get this job. I'd gone back to work doing something I'd done 10 years ago. So it was a really tough time. My ego was in tatters, Pete, But I loved hospitality, and I loved working at that venue. And my dad ran a shop when I was a kid. So all of that people stuff is totally where I'm at, So I really resonate with you and how you felt about needing to come out of the kitchen and actually be the waiter, who actually integrated, and sorry, not integrated, who kind of had
interacted.
Who interacted with the people. Yeah.
It's really interesting because, because I think about sort of now where I'm with LinkedIn and networking. So when I was running the chef agency full time, I didn't really network because it just felt like it wasn't the right. I didn't need to. It just, finding chefs, finding customers. It's more, you've got to do a lot of cold calling, a lot of blah blah blah. But actually, you go to networks. I get it that someone might know someone who knows a pub owner, blah blah. But actually, it wasn't something that I did. But whereas now, being the laughter man, I do go into network groups, and just because I'm doing what I'm doing is completely out there, and like no one else is doing it. No. Like there are people doing it, but obviously not the laughter man. And then I'm just like, wait, I'm meeting new people all the time. So obviously we met on Clubhouse, I think.
We did meet on Clubhouse. You came into our Clubhouse room, Pete, and within minutes we're all roaring with laughter. And I thought, I've actually got to speak to this man because he was hilarious. And so that's where we met, in Clubhouse. You came into our room,
So it's, and I think that's where Clubhouse has been really good. I'll be honest, I've stepped away quite a lot recently.
Yeah, me too.
I think a lot of people have, that whole honeymoon period's gone now, isn't it? And but I've definitely made some contacts on Clubhouse, and don't get me wrong, I'm still laughing every day for 10 minutes, and I've got my little crew that come every day, and that's nice. But there's some genuine conversations that are going on there, and it's actually, we crave that as humans, and that's where hospitality being shut down, it's just like that's what a lot of people are missing right now. And actually maybe it's not even having the conversation, but it's just being sat near to somebody that maybe overhear a conversation, or you can sensing people near you. I think we need that as a human race, and it's been really tough. It's been really tough for the hospitality industry, obviously, because it's just shut.
I think it's that whole element of knowing life's going on, and when you're stuck in and isolated and at home and you haven't been out, you almost don't know whether life's still going on out there, do you? And I totally think this is a really big thing for us as humans. But I was going to ask you about, before we talk about laughing, because I'm ready to laugh with you today, Pete. I wanted to ask you about COVID and actually, how hospitality's closed down. How did it affect your agency? What have you done to get yourself through that?
Okay, so all right, just to rewind slightly. So 2016 is when I discovered laughter yoga as what I practice and teach. And so I brought laughter yoga into my daily routine in late 2018, 2019. I started laughing on a daily basis for 10 minutes with a little group of people like this on Zoom. We just laugh. And then I was just like, wow, this is like a superpower. And this is what I keep shouting about to people, and just listen to me, it makes sense. But I'd laugh for 10 minutes, and then everyone, you say bye like that, and then boom, I was just creative. Type it. This is me typing, by the way. I'm at the screen, so I'll type in. You've got to watch on YouTube to see Pete typing. So typing or creating videos or creating obviously landing pages, just all of this stuff that just amazing. And I just actually remember just because because like I say, I laughed every morning. So there was times when I was in the car before a meeting. I was going to meet a school. I remember exactly the meeting it was. I was going to meet the executive chef of a private school. And so I'm out in the car, I'm doing my little laugh a bit. And then literally I walk in and I'm just like to the receptionist, like, morning. And they're like, morning. I'm just like, how you doing? I'm here to see, I've forgotten what his name is now. But anyway, I was here to see Carlos. And then they just found it. And then he came out and I was just full of beans. And I won the business as well. I won that contract because, again, I was full of energy. That's the way I feel it. Because otherwise, you know, especially when you go on a sales meeting, you need to be in a high state because, you know, people buy from people, don't they?
So, they do, yeah.
So I suppose fast forward. So when it hit in March, and there was a murmur that this thing was coming, and like Chloe and I just like were sat there, just like, you know, shit, this is going to be serious for us, you know. So we, you know, to give you a bit of sort of background, the year before, like the previous few years, we've turned over £1.5 million. So a sizable company.
Yeah, good.
We had a team of well, we went up to like 7 or 8 people, and then we got down to 3 because we streamlined things and we were really efficient. Now literally March, like our bookings, we went from having like 180 bookings that week, the following week went down to 10. Just like that, massive. And then it literally just went out a little bit, and we were just like, right, how long is this going to last? And obviously, you know, we're still in it. So, but what I did was I started laughing, and not because, hey, this is all funny, yay, but actually, right, I need to get my head straight. I need to be in a good headspace because actually I can't control anything that's going on in the news and COVID and any of that stuff. But what I can do is control the way I am in my mind with my family, just focused. And me and Chloe used to like have proper chats every day, just like, right, what are we doing? We need to bring that back. We need to bring this back. And, so I was laughing twice, maybe 3 times a day with people because we all quickly dived in. We set up this channel where anyone could just come along and laugh for free with us just to get through that. And it was probably, I mean, that was definitely a savior for me mentally. And don't get me wrong, there were some times where I definitely went into a darker place because it's like, you know, 12 years. It's our first baby, you know, like Neela, our daughter's 10. So it's like, it was our first baby. And there was one day, and I remember just sat there, just like crying, just like, we can't do anything. Can't do anything about this. It's literally, you know, and then you've got all these messages from like family and friends. Oh, are you okay? Oh, really sorry. Are you okay? It's like, and it was interesting. Like a couple of weeks later, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, really? Are you really? Because like they do that. Yeah, no, that's all happening. But I'm laughing. Yeah, but. Yeah, but why, Pete? You know, this is all happening. It's just like, because I want to be in a good headspace. And before I knew it, I was running I had like 6 or 7 people on the screen, and then I was like, this is working. People are getting something from this. I'm getting something from this. I'm going to push this a bit further and start promoting myself as doing these laughter sessions. So I started approaching some other business owners and just saying, look, this is what I do. Let me come into your office, or not your office, come onto your Zoom room and do this. And we started doing a few sessions, and then like I had a proper heart to heart with Mrs. Cann and said, look, I need some money to make this, to brand it, to make it do. And you know, we're fortunate that we've managed to get the bounce back loan, and we're actually still sat on it. But you know, I sort of said to Claire, I was like, look, I need a couple of £1,000 because I want to get some good photos, I want to get some good videos done, I want to really make this happen. And all of a sudden I'm getting bookings like from, you know, I've been sort of on the BBC, I've been, you know, like Denise Van Outen, I did a session with her, and yeah, then you got like your Red Bull, your Jägermeisters, your NHS, like all of these big companies are starting to go, we want the Laughter Man. And it's just, I've just created this business, Jules, from just literally, it is amazing. It is amazing.
I love it. And I love everything about it. I love the whole ethos behind it. I love the reasoning, the why, you know, but also I love the laughter piece. You know, this is great, isn't it? Isn't this something that we actually probably already know, but we just have never really utilised and, you know, got the best out of? So tell me, how do you work with me? I come to you, you're the Laughter Man. What is it that you do?
Okay, so I run 30-minute sessions, okay, on Zoom. And the way it works is a sort of first 5 minutes, I do a little presentation about why we should laugh. That's the first question. You know, the benefits, you know, the endorphins, dopamine, serotonin spike. We can't be stressed or anxious when we laugh. It's impossible. It connects us at a deeper level. It also is a really good cardio workout and also strengthens our immune system. So that's a few of the hits. Then a bit about laughter yoga, how it was invented or founded. 26 years it's been going, and then I do a 15 to 20 minutes of laughing and breathing exercises, so which, you know, because the yoga bit of laughter yoga is all about breath work. It's not about, we're not doing downward dogs, we don't need to, you know, just like yoga mats, any of that, although I have done a couple of sessions where people have been sat there with their yoga mats just going, this isn't quite what I thought it was going to be, but
I love
but
that.
You know, I think the main thing about laughter yoga, or just laughter generally, is like, and this is the bit that blew my mind, is your body doesn't know the difference between a fake and a real laugh. So actually you do all these different fake laughing exercises, and before you know it, you're laughing and you're actually genuinely laughing. And then if you go deeper, you like literally are crying with laughter. Your stomach hurts, everything's just like, and then at the end of the session, I'm just doing a 5-minute meditation, which is a bit that people don't see so much, because I'm always putting out there like, hey, we're going to do this giggle phone, we're going to do this, the hee, the ha ha ha. But actually doing a 5-minute grounding meditation, like I just get everyone to close their eyes and I go through this really nice body meditation. And I always get people to rub their hands at the end and put it over their eyes and come back with a smile. And there's always a screen of people just sat there just like that, just blissed out. And I'm just like, cool, tick, I've done a good job. And you know, and so that's what it is basically. That's how a session works. So
it sounds amazing. So if I mean, do you work with individuals or companies? What's kind of this ideal client for you, Pete?
So ideal customer is I work corporates ideally. Well, not ideally, that's that. So corporates is where I started. Again, because I'm a businessman, I understand how businesses work, etc. Then literally in the last month, I've started up a laughter club where it's individuals, so they can come on a weekly basis. I run a session on a Wednesday evening, and also every day, Monday to Friday, is a little 10-minute lift I do. So that's something that's individual. So it literally opened last month, had a little influx of flight. There's only 5 of us to start with, but hey, everywhere's got to start.
Yeah.
But what's happening is I'm going into the big corporates or the big groups of people, and you know, I've done sessions for someone's birthday, like their mum's birthday. I did a session and there was like 8 of us on the screen, and it was like the grandkids and, you know, grandma and stuff. And it was just like, actually, what a fantastic present to give. You could send something in a post, a jumper or toiletries or whatever, or you could just get the laughter man to turn up and give half an hour and get everybody feeling really good. And so if I was to say my ideal client or customer is female, because ladies want to laugh more than men, which is something else I want to dive deep into at some point in the future. I think there's a story there. Who are either HR manager or run their own business. They've got a team of people that they want to bring some wellness into their workplace, and rather than just talk about, you know, how wellness is good, but actually a practical 30-minute session that can really help benefit their employees.
Yeah, amazing. And where are you based then, Pete? You're in the UK? Yeah,
sunny Bristol.
Bristol, yeah. I did detect a slight accent there, but I'm not very good at accents, so I'm not. Oh, it's a very Irish accent. I'm very good at my Irish accent. You must have been in the Fab Four room in Clubhouse, because I'm always taking the mickey out of Stephen, our Irish guy. Bristol's great, but actually you're working online. So in some aspects that doesn't matter anyway. Will you get back out to a hybrid kind of model, do you think, Pete?
Yeah, so I mean, pre-lockdown, I was still, like I say, running the chef agency, but what I was doing, I was starting to get some corporate jobs, and I didn't do a lot, but funny enough, that what it was more was me going, look, I'll do a session for you for free, but I need to bring the cameraman. That's the whole point. So then I was just building up these assets. Now, what's happening now is I can already see that I'm a big visionary. I love the big vision, and I can see 2,000 people in front of me. It's this San Francisco, 2,000 people off stage. Amazing. Laughing, just a 10-minute little, I'm the little energizer, because we need that when we go to conferences and functions. It's, we can get a bit slumpy either first thing in the morning, especially if it's a 2 or 3 day conference, because everybody's, networking the night before as he pours himself another drink, or after lunch. We get that little graveyard shift, don't we, where everyone's just a bit full up. Well, actually, if they got the laughter man in, so I've got San Francisco, 2,000 people. I've got my lovely wife Chloe in the audience because I've flown her over with me. The kids are in school because we've moved to Cornwall, which we're going to be doing. It's just so if anybody's listening to this in San Francisco that needs the laughter man from stage, come and find me. I'm here. I'm ready for it. So
I love this. I mean, there's this whole product of you being ultimately a speaker, doing like a speaker slot in these, as you say, these conferences and stuff. And that's very lucrative as a business model, another product, if you like, in your product range. Yeah. So I see that. I mean, having come from a venue where we did lots of conferences, we were always asked to try and find these people who would come in and energise or kick off conference. Yes, massively, Pete.
So this is, I'm going to show you something now. I'm just going off screen slightly here, right? So I'm going to be sending this little bag of giggles, right? So bag of laughs. in an envelope to and it's going to be, first of all, I'm looking at event organizers, but now you've just said that, actually, who would I need to send it to the NEC? Who would be the person that would be the events organizer? Is that the
I think you'll find there's event coordinators who will be working on organizing big events, and they're the guys who usually look for things like the speakers, and actually put the program together. If it's with then a corporate, they'll still be involved because they'll be assisting the corporate. So those are the guys, the corporates will say, who do you know? What's good? What have you seen here already that worked really well? So it is about that networking piece of getting on their books. Yeah. Also agencies, Pete. There might be some agencies that really want to know about you to be able to push you out through the agencies. And ultimately, you still get paid good money. They just take a cut back for their agency. And there's some good ones out there.
Yeah.
I'd be doing all of those things.
Yeah, it's... I've just actually done the wellness festival for the co-op, and that was through an agency. And then she's emailed me already saying I was in the top 4 of their favorite things. Amazing. So that's a compliment.
Amazing.
Amazing. I think, keynote, and I'd love to do some keynote speaking, like whether it's just about laughter or actually just the benefits of laughter or the power of visualization and all of that stuff. I love all that. And it just ticks so many of my boxes, that there's everything that I'm doing. And a little bit that, also, I used to be a DJ as well. I used to DJ when I was in hospitality. Your hospitality is a late night. Oh no, I'll get behind the decks, play some music as well. And then you used to have clubs of like 200-300 people in front of me, and then I was entertaining them with my music and and I was, you can probably tell the sort of DJ. I'm like, come on, let's dance. And so all of a sudden I've got rid of the decks in front of me, and literally I'm just using my red hat and my voice, but Amazing. Being able to create that energy is what it's all about. And
it is. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the future.
I'm really excited too, because I can see so many potential things that you can be doing that will be huge benefit, actually, not just for the sake of it. This stuff isn't just for the sake of it. It's really good stuff, isn't it, for the human soul? So that's why that was my attraction when you came in Clubhouse. For literally 5 minutes, I think you came in, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to find this man and I need to speak to him. He has to be on my podcast, and I'll be following you now to see whether you get on that stage in San Francisco. That is for sure. No problem.
If, it's when.
When, yes.
When. Come on, Jules.
Yes, when. I'm going to re-record that bit. I will be following you to see when you are going to be on that stage in San Francisco. I'm so excited, I really am. So look, we've talked about, obviously, your journey, where you started, talked about the Laughter Man. I have got a really lovely feel now for the kind of work that you do and who you work with. I guess the best thing to say next is, where can we find you?
Okay, so you can find me in most anywhere social with the hashtag the Laughter Man is definitely a good place. My website petecann.com is there's a lot on there. I put a lot of blogs and articles about laughter. There's a lot of YouTube videos up there as well. So that's probably the best place. Go to petecann.com and then you can sprout out to wherever you want. And then I hate doing like saying loads and loads of places because it's just like, well, just go to petecann.com and then I'll be there. But if you want to have a proper conversation, just LinkedIn's probably where I'm most active and chatting away. So
yeah, that's awesome. And I will put all of your links into the podcast notes. So don't worry about any of that. People can find you and connect with you, which is great. And I guess like normally I say on a podcast also, what do you want to leave us with, in terms of your final thoughts? I want to do that, but I also desperately want to do some laughter, please.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, that's just, you started already and I haven't even done any exercises yet. So final thoughts are, I just be yourself and you will shine. And just keep, if you've got a passion, if you've got something that you really, really feel strongly about and really, really want to do, just keep doing it and just keep putting the effort in and putting the energy in, because it will manifest itself. And that's my final thoughts, apart from the laughter. And how long have we got? How long have I got with you, Jules, for laughter?
Oh, I've only got 5 minutes. Is that long enough? Well, it depends on the listeners. Hopefully they're still here listening.
Okay, so I'll have a few. I'll run through a couple of exercises now. It's so basically, but you're not allowed to talk now, Jules. You're only allowed to laugh. Okay, for the next couple of minutes. All right. So the first thing we can do with laughter yoga, it's just a breath. Laughter is. So what I want you to do, I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and we're just going to let out a long ha. Okay, so deep breath in. And sorry about that. Okay, so this time we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to let out 2 ha's. Okay, so deep breath in. We're going to go ha. That's all laughter is. It's just a ha. Okay, so what we can do, we've got, as humans, we've got 4 laughs. The first laugh is quite a shallow laugh. So if you're listening, it's like a he, and it comes from around the neck position, and it's a laugh where you maybe don't feel like laughing as well. So we're just going to just tap our collarbones and we're going to go Our second laugh we've got, okay, it comes from our heart, and this is more of a ha ha ha, and this gets the blood pumping around the body, and this is where the endorphins start firing up, because all your oxygenated blood's flying around, and it's really, really good. So I want you to tap your chest bone, your thyroid gland, and we're going to go
We're like a pair of nutters, aren't we?
Third laugh, okay. Third laugh comes from our stomach, and this one's really, really important, because where we're sat down all day, a lot of the time, we've just got like 20% of our oxygen just sits at the bottom of our lungs, and we hardly ever exhale it. So what I want us to do, I want us to hold onto our belly, and we're going to let out our best Santa laugh, and we're going to go Okay, take another deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, fourth and final laugh, right? This is our childlike laugh, and this is a laugh where it, like, I get a little bit upset when I say this, because children laugh 200 to 300 times a day. As adults, we just forget to laugh. Okay, and it's so important. Look how children react, how they learn, how they, are creative, how they engage with people, because they're laughing all the time. They're playing. So we're going to be playful now, Jules. I want us just to put our arms up in the air like this, and we're going to go and there you go. There's a little sample about what I do. So that's, imagine though, you did that's literally like a minute and a half, probably what we just did there. And we, in a full session, we go 15 to 20 minutes of that. When I do my laughter club, we go 40 minutes. We really go, and like to the point where you cannot stop laughing. And then just all that. I mean, how do you feel? Actually?
Oh, it's just, I wanted to just say to you, isn't it amazing? Firstly, how you really do laugh. You know, you talked about that fake laugh that then turns into a real laugh. That's exactly what happened. But I don't know, I just kind of feel like really energized, happy. I feel really happy. And it was just fun. It was like I really let myself go. You know, I didn't really care how stupid I looked or sounded. If you're only listening, you need to watch the YouTube video because that's even funnier. But it was great, Pete. It's just amazing, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful?
It is, and it's like it's interesting because the like say feeling stupid, and I think it's a lot. It's definitely the UK, like the British, we're very reserved. We're like, I don't want to let my guard down. I don't want to like what Why would I laugh at nothing? Why would I make myself laugh? Why would I make myself feel so good about myself? Why would I be like, come on, guys, just let yourself go. I'm 45, man, and I'm just like, you know, it's. Yeah, it's just important. Laughter is so important. And I know that I'm on this crest of this wave. You know, this is coming. This whole movement is coming. And I know that I've got to it at the right time because I'm just like pushing with it. And amazing, Jules. You're going to have to come on my Laughter Live now. You know that.
I would love to. I really would love to. And I'm so happy that we've done this. I knew it was going to be good when we did do it. It's going to be such a great episode for people to listen to and watch. And I love that you've joined me. I really, really do. It's exciting what you're doing. It really is.
Amazing.
So thank you. Thank you for joining me, Pete.
That's my pleasure.
Really appreciate it. So listeners, if you're not laughing after this podcast, this human conversation, then I'm really not sure what's wrong with you if you're not laughing. But honestly, how amazing is laughter? How good was that conversation for you to realise how beneficial it is for us to bloody laugh? I hope you enjoyed listening. If you did, please comment on the platform where you listened. We're on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher. We're also on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful laughing faces. But please do join us again on the Human Conversation. I'll just say ta-ta for now.
You've just been listening to the Human Conversation podcast with Jules White. To find out more about the other work that Jules does, please visit her website www.liveitloveitsellit.co.uk. And if you enjoyed the podcast, then please do leave a rating and review on the platform you use to enjoy her show. Thanks for listening and see you next time.